lovely and darling viewers, it's Jen here at Check Her Joy. This time I am doing a haul of all the not book stuff that I bought in the months of September, October, and November of 2017. I bought so much stuff and waited so long to do a haul video that I had to break this up into 2 videos. So the complete list of everything that I bought is in the description below if you want to check them out for yourself. Also down below in the description is the link to the video for the books that I bought in these months if you guys want to check those out, since this is a booktube channel. But most of this stuff is somewhat book related, or at the very least media related, so books, movies, television shows. So hopefully you guys just have fun with this, and let's go. The first one is Dracula, Dead and Loving It. It stars Leslie Nielsen, and it's a Mel Brooks movie. It's based off the novel Dracula by Bram Stoker, but with Mel Brooks' humor and comedy, and I love this one. I also didn't already own it. I really love Young Frankenstein, which is another Mel Brooks movie, and that's definitely still one of my favorite Halloween movies, but Dracula, Dead and Loving It, I needed to get it this year. Why don't I own it? It's amazing, so yeah. I also got the Mummy Collector's Set. This features 3 Mummy movies, the ones that have Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz in them. So it includes The Mummy Returns, and The Scorpion King. Really love The Mummy and The Mummy Returns. Love Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz. This is amazing. I love them. So now I own them. So ta-da! Also, Rachel Weisz plays a librarian, which is pretty awesome, and they go digging around in archaeology stuff, and they encounter this mummy, but it also deals with ancient Egypt and the folklore of that era and what we know about it and what we thought about it in the early 1900s. They are definitely adventure movies. They're a little bit funny and cute and romantic, and so I love that mix that these movies have. A little bit scary, but also a little bit sweet. And then I've got my haul from Black Friday, where I ended up buying 5 DVDs because I could get them for the price of 1. So I've also been waiting to buy these DVDs. The first one is Wonder Woman. This has Gal Gadot in it, and I really love it. 99% of this movie is awesome. Not a huge fan. The only gripe I have about this movie is that sometimes it is visually too dark and you can't actually see what's happening. And secondly, the final battle is oddly timed. The spacing and stuff is weird. Some parts of it stretch out way too long and you lose my interest. But the rest of this movie is freaking amazing, and I think it's one of the best superhero movies ever. And I love Wonder Woman. It's about time she finally had her own movie, is what I'm saying. It's been 75 years. This is her first movie that she's actually featuring in, which is kind of ridiculous. And only her 3rd theatrical movie, period. So definitely needed to support Wonder Woman. And I got on Blu-ray because sci-fi movies need Blu-ray, I guess. Also going with some DC comic inspired movies, I got Suicide Squad. This one was actually my brother asked me to get it, if I could find it. He seems to think it's his, but I totally paid for it, so obviously it's mine. And this follows a bunch of villains who are manipulated into being good guys to kind of barter freedom from Amanda Waller. And so she forms the Suicide Squad, these basically heroes that are expendable because they're bad guys being punished. That's why they were captured in the first place. But definitely my favorite part of this is Harley Quinn. Not even gonna lie. It also has Will Smith, and I can't remember what his character's name is, honestly. The only one I remember is Harley and Amanda Waller, who I passionately hate Amanda Waller. And then I got the Lego Batman movie, which is my absolute favorite Batman movie right now. I adore it. This one is so perfect. Because of the Lego movie, it gets to play with the concept of superhero movies in general, and also Batman. I particularly love the fact that Batman seems to think that Superman is a villain that he needs to keep an eye on, and they're like, no, Superman's not a bad guy. This one's really sweet and really funny, and I love the theme of friendship and family in it, and getting to see him with Dick Grayson and Batgirl, Barbara Gordon. That's who Batgirl is. So I love that trio, and also his relationship with the Joker and how they define each other, and it's really awesome. Really awesome. Love it. I totally recommend Lego Batman. If you guys haven't seen it yet, go do that. I also got the Peanuts movie, which is based off the comics by Charles Schulz, and it features Charlie Brown and Snoopy and the whole gang. It follows Charlie Brown, I think, through a year as he just has several different normal life experiences, but the entire movie is really touching and really sweet, especially if you love the Peanuts. Um, if you love the old like holiday movies, it kind of references some of that. It references the comics and just feels like the Peanuts, and it's really awesome. And also, I really love Snoopy in this, so it's really endearing. And I feel like I'm gonna cry now talking about this movie. Yeah, if you love the Peanuts and Charlie Brown, watch this movie. So the last movie I got is The Man from U.N.C.L.E. This is a remake of a television show from the 60s. So this features two spies. One is American and the other one is Russian. And they have to work together in the middle of the Cold War when America and Russia are fighting with each other. I love spy movies in general. Like, these are exciting and interesting. I really love the take of these two guys who would normally be fighting against each other on opposite sides, having to work together. And now my white balance is gone. Sorry, guys. So I also bought some stuff on iTunes. Well, actually, I just bought one thing on iTunes. It's the Orville, which is totally awesome. So this is Seth MacFarlane's sci-fi show that's kind of like Star Trek, or a lot like Star Trek. I really like this one because it feels futuristic and hopeful and bright, as opposed to the more recent Star Treks of Enterprise, the movies, and what I'm expecting Discovery to be, even though I haven't watched it, which are all things that kind of go backwards. Like, my favorite part about Star Trek is going forward and looking to what we can do as a race and kind of its hopefulness. That's what I love about the original series and Next Generation and Deep Space Nine and Voyager, and why those are my favorites. Um, the movies are pretty cool, but they rewrite history, and that makes it complicated. And I'm feeling a little bit less in love with Star Trek recently. So I am really loving the Orville and the fact that it captures that hopefulness and that interest that anything could happen. Like, we don't know where these characters are going. We don't know what planets they're going to end up on. We don't know what races they're going to end up meeting. This one also takes a look at some pretty interesting parts of human life. So there is one of the crew member. So one of the crew members is from a single gendered race and what that looks like, and has like LGBT themes going on around him. There's also a character of Alara who is super strong, like her entire race is super strong, and how the fact that she's a woman who is that strong, and also someone who's so young in command, and how the rest of the crew treats her because of that. We also have this robot called Isaac who is trying to understand humans, but he doesn't want to be human. So unlike Data in the Next Generation of Star Trek, where he wants to be human, experience human emotions, Isaac just is like, hey, I'm better than you. I am this superior species. Why would I want to be human? Which I really love about this. So there's lots of really cool, interesting themes. Everything feels brand new and exciting because it's the first season and getting to see where things are happening. I am really excited for season 2, but I had to buy season 1. I just had to do it. I have to own these episodes so I can watch them over and over and over on repeat. And tell other people to watch it, like I got my brother to watch them. So, yes. So yes, score on that. Really excited for the Orville. Love it. All right. I also have Baby Driver. This is actually a movie that my brother bought on Blu-ray, and it came with a free digital download. So I got the digital copy of it. And now I have Baby Driver on iTunes. So this one features a young getaway driver. Like, I think he's around 18, something around that. His name is Baby. And it's got a really awesome soundtrack. And it's a getaway movie and a heist movie. And it's exciting and interesting. Maybe not my favorite out of all these movies, but it was still, like, awesome. I also have the 2016 version of Ghostbusters, which has Melissa McCartney, Kristen Wiig, Kate McKinnon, Leslie Jones, and Chris Hemsworth in it. I love this as an addition to the old movies. I am glad that it does not retcon or destroy any way the timeline of the original Ghostbusters, but is its own separate thing. And I love that about this. Like, I love just having more Ghostbusters, and especially to have female leads. Really love it. It's really funny. I love all these actors. It's amazing, basically. And also, I got this one for free from, like, Disney's movie thing went away, and they changed it over to another thing called Movies Anywhere, and they're trying to get people to, like, connect all their accounts. So I connected it to iTunes so that I got a free movie. Why not? my Disney and iTunes were already connected anyway. I also have a digital copy of Ender's Game. I'm not exactly sure how I got this one. My brother bought it on DVD, so it might have been with that, or it might have been the Movies Anywhere thing. But either way, I have a free copy of Ender's Game. This is a sci-fi movie based on the book by Orson Scott Card. It follows a kid named Ender as he goes to school in a spaceship and learns how to fight and become a general, basically, in this fight against these creatures, these aliens. So I love Ender's Game. The movie's pretty much awesome. It has Harrison Ford in it too, so bonus on that. The last movie I have is Ice Age. This one was definitely free from Movies Anywhere. I'm not as excited about it, but I got a free movie, so I'm not going to argue about it. This one is a children's movie. It's animated. It follows these prehistoric characters as, like, their world is changing and they're trying not to die. I think. I haven't actually seen these. I'm not very interested in prehistoric stuff that doesn't involve dinosaurs, to be honest. That entire gap between dinosaurs dying to ancient civilizations kind of doesn't interest me. So that's the end of the movies that I got. Also, my white balance has been restored. Yay! Other semi-book related things that I bought were these pins, which are pretty cool. I use them at work on my name tag, honestly. So I've got one that is the Starfleet insignia that says Starfleet Academy. Pretty much awesome. Got one that's I Aim to Misbehave, so that's from Firefly, which I love. Got Groot holding a plant, which is just adorable. Also, I love Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. These bottom three are all Harry Potter pins. 2 of them are my favorite Harry Potter quotes. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live, and happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. So they aren't as visually pleasing, but they are my favorite quotes, so I got those. Don't know if I'm actually going to use them or not. And then the last one is Always, which is a quote from Deathly Hallows, and it has Snape's Patronus, which is a doe, which is a reference to his love for Lily. It's a little bit creepy, but it's also kind of sweet. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that pin, but it is also very visually stunning, and I love it, so I got it. And the last 2 things are t-shirts that I got that are definitely more movie related than book, but we're going to show it to you anyway. So I also got this t-shirt, which is Dr. Groot. It has the characters from Despicable Me, Groot and the Minions dressed up as Doctor Who characters, as the 4th Doctor, Dalek, the 10th Doctor, and Rose standing in front of the TARDIS and standing in front of a moon. It just screamed Halloween, which is about the time that we found this shirt. So actually, my sister bought this for me, so thanks, sister. So I'm a really big fan of Doctor Who and the Minions. So I got this Loki shirt. I love Loki. He is my favorite comic book character, my favorite MCU character. I adore him. I feel very deeply about Loki. So I had to get this shirt. It says Join Loki's Army, and the bottom says Made to be Rolled, and it has the Funko Pop vinyl of Loki on it, which I thought was adorable. This shirt has been sitting on my Amazon wishlist for like a couple of years, and decided I had to buy it when the shirt size I needed sold out. So I got the next size up so that I would have it. Also, it looks way better than any of the other Loki t-shirts. Tom Hiddleston's awesome, but it's kind of weird having an actual human's face on my chest rather than a cartoonish version of a toy. But still, I love Loki. Had to rep. I had to have a Loki shirt. Had to do it. The t-shirt also came with a cardboard Loki that I have lost. I don't know where he is. I thought I knew where he was. I thought I put him somewhere so I wouldn't wrinkle him. But now I can't find him. I feel a little bit bad. I'm sorry, Cardboard Loki. I've disappointed you. So there is my haul from September of 2017 to November, so 3 months, basically all of fall. And that's what I bought that was kind of book related or movie related. There's also going to be a separate video of all the books that I bought because that just ended up being like too long. I bought too much stuff, ended up being too long, had to break this up into 2 videos. So there is also another video from stuff that I bought in the fall that is all the books that I bought. I will link to that in the description below. Totally check that out. Let me know what you thought of the stuff that I bought. Do you own any of this, or are you excited that I have it and totally want to geek out about it too? Peace out. I love you guys, and keep reading. Bye. Or watching movies, book stuff. Be awesome. Don't forget to be awesome. We'll just be nerd fighters. Bye.